Boris Johnson has been overwhelmingly backed to stand his ground against Emmanuel Macron's demands over French fishermen rights after Brexit, as trade talks between the UK and European Union teeter on the verge of collapse. Mr. Macron is coming under increasing pressure from French fishermen who are terrified of losing lucrative access to British waters following the end of the Brexit transition period on December 31. The French president continued his defiant stance on the key red line at this week's European Council summit in Brussels, and said, "Under any circumstance, our fishermen should not be sacrificed for Brexit. If these conditions are not met, it's possible we won't have a deal. If the right terms can't be found at the end of these discussions, we're ready for a no deal for our future relations." But Express.co.uk readers have overwhelmingly backed Mr. Johnson not to give in to the demands from Mr. Macron in order to secure a free trade agreement with the EU. The latest poll, which ran from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. on Friday, October 16, asked, should Boris give in to Macron's fishing demands to finally reach deal? A huge 97%, 7,797 readers, backed the Prime Minister to hold his ground on fisheries. The remaining 3%, 283 readers, disagreed, while less than 1%, 20 readers, were undecided. One Express reader said, "They did not care one jot about our fishermen when they had to burn their boats. Give them nothing." Another person commented, "Britain can become great again on our fishing alone. The EU desperately wants our fishing waters because they know there is big money to be made. Our fishermen have been robbed for far too long. We are no longer Treasure Island." A third Express.co.uk reader also backed Mr. Johnson to stand firm against the demands from President Macron, but also warned the Prime Minister of the consequences if he does give in. They said, "Clear the decks and get us out today, Boris. If you give in, your reign as PM will be over and the Brexit party will destroy the Tories at the next election. The Europeans have shown the contempt they have for us, so give them nothing, no fish, no Euro car imports. They'll regret forever taking on Great Britain." On Friday, the Prime Minister warned it is now time to prepare for a no-trade deal Brexit unless the EU fundamentally changes its stance, bluntly telling Brussels there is little point in holding further talks. Mr. Johnson said, "I have concluded that we should get ready for January 1 with arrangements that are more like Australia's, based on simple principles of global free trade.